Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for the 4th week of October in today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. Viewers, we got 6 days away before the Halloween season is about to get started out before at the end of this month, and we got 3 prizes are about to go for a trick or treat with 100,000 and 200,000 Gran Turismo credit on the ticket. Includes with a 6-star roulette ticket in the car category, as we're about to take on and 5 racing bands to go in different order. But I'll have to get started out to help myself to go recommend to be racing in the World Touring Car 700 at the 24 Heroes Du Mans racetrack as race number 1, along with Racer Turbo Sports Car at Watkins Glen Long Course is about to go turbocharged ready up, and the dirt one for the new round of the Honda N1 RS 1-man category at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit. 2 more races as Jeepney Cup will have to go driving on the snow course in Lake Louise Short Track Reverse, and Lightweight K Cup at the streets of Willow Springs. But count me out on this one, and it's about to get another round after last week from the previous weekly challenges on the dirt. This will get a good competition to be racing up, and have deliveries will go enter in to have the new ones, and other Gran Turismo players will be featured as well, as I had to get started out with the Red Bull X 2014 Junior will be the first one to go entered in 30-minute race at Le Mans. Hope I'm ready. This will give a good kind of a racing Halloween spectacular. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click that subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin, and ready to go for the Halloween weekly challenge. Alright viewers, this is going to be very perfect for all of us, as we're about to take the first race in WTC 700 at Le Mans after 30 minutes of one race only, hours, weeks, and 1 month only to get a lot of hard work to do some faster farming to do some earn up the credits, and the perfect time to go for the Red Bull X 2014 Junior will be the first one to be entered in as a featured weekly challenge. But there's more to that, as I had to get down on the detailed settings just in case to go for some power restrictor to be set in 90% to go for only 221 horsepower, and performance point is about to be ready up to go in 698.55 performance point, and fully customizable to be set on racing category for only 1 set of the transmission. But almost forgot one thing about this different kind of a Halloween themed livery variation on this jack-o'-lantern Red Bull X 2014 Junior, besides the other one made by Mr. Freeze 220, since I just had this one from the previous content video back from Gran Turismo Sports since 2018. This design is made by Skillet 2012, but it turns out very nice and will indeed to have the good trims on the jack-o'-lantern on the wheels itself. But the new kind of a jack-o'-lantern Red Bull X 2014 Junior is about to be entered on the track besides the nighttime, but daytime is about to get a little bit much more challenging up to go for a few map and have a lot of strategy to get things to go for a full party of patience, as we're about to take on with 19 Group 4 race cars in only just one race. But remember viewers, this will get a change up the condition course if you're about to go for a forecast on sunny day or partly cloudy with a chance of rain. But give this for only 1 single race in just 30 minutes to have a good roll on racing perspective to see how it turns out. All that best hard work is about to give me a best ways to be on the shine, and green light will be at the ready to help myself to go for a full competition and hard racing difficulty to have a nice title in professional. So I'm cooking up, and have the first race will go for the track or treat at Le Mans is going for a late afternoon on the main time. So I'm going in you guys, and this will be step 1 to be placed in 20th position to go face up with 19 Group 4 cars as the timer begins by enter the first lap. Field map is all set and good to go. Timer countdown is about to go initiate on green light. So I have to get behind on Daniel Solis and the Alfa Romeo 4C Group 4 around on turn 3 and 4 at the Dunlop chicane. Overtake, and Simon Bishop for the Ferrari 458 Italia Group 4 will have to put myself in 18th place by the overtake. It's all about to have the skills of practice if you're about to go for only one single session of the free time after finishing up with some all events, including with the World GT Series on menu book number 39. So I got everything settled in, and here comes the Mulsanne straight. We'll take the full party of overtake with some few other Group 4 cars as I'm coming in and come around to help myself to go up there on the grid in 13th place. So step 1 has now been placed on last place before the start of the race. Step 2 will go faster up and overtake Group 4 cars until the third step we'll have to go racing in the wet. Just only have one good clarify of the reference to have 7 steps when you're racing at Le Mans in WTC 700. So I got everything to be planned and get settled in to have some different race cars, including with a Jacko Red Bull X 2014 Junior. It's about to go full race and have one stop only if there will be having rain forecasts to be expected on the lookout. Time for me to go slipstream and catch us up to Mikhail Hisal in a Subaru WRX Group 4, position 11, and gonna have to be on the lookout at Vallejo Gallo in a Honda NSX Group 4 before the Michelin chicane comes in and swoops in to have a full control handling on the balance. Almost there in the halfway point, so I got all checked and well practiced to do some attempted a workout and daily to be received for only one single roulette ticket at a day. Okay, just have to keep going. First lap is right up the start and go for the warm-up in the lap time challenge. Got the pull to brake on the Mulsanne corner. Just wait to get closer near at G Mangalo for the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Group 4 before 10th place is now arriving in the halfway point. Months of hard work of planning strategy, viewers. We will always race, we will always clean, and we will always have to go earn up as well, just like Tokyo Expressway and Spa-Francorchamps 24-hour track layout. One race in 30 minutes is all we need to do for only one single prize at a time. And that is how one good event is going to be a perfect trick or treat for all of us. Okay, next sector on the way. Gonna catch up to Koke Lopez in the BMW M4 Group 4 race car in 9th place. There's Anand Tapai in the Ford Mustang Group 4 coming around and proceed to the Porsche curves. We'll be ready up to go in freestyle. Okay, early brake check. Perfect. Handling, we'll have to go reinforce it to stay around and get behind on the Ford Mustang before the next and final sector before the first lap at the end. Okay, 8th place coming up. Almost there to catch up in about 15.5 seconds left. Gonna have to go commit, take on the Ford chicane, and get behind Kei Kawakami in the Lexus RCF Group 4. So there he is right now. Gonna take the slipstream, and lap number 2 will go entered onward. But remember, folks, this race will take 7 laps around in Le Mans just to make sure to have a good eyes on the time before it runs out. Okay, 7th place going up, down to 14.9 seconds to go. But very much more indeed to have any kinds of race cars to go tuning requirement to go under by 700 performance points if you're about to go for only one Group B, Group 3, Group 2, or maybe Group 1 car. That means we'll have to do some single requirement to go under by 700. But it takes hard work, masterpiece, and plan of preparation to see any kinds of characteristic race cars, including road cars, except electric vehicles, maybe turns out to becoming very impossible. But it's all about to have any kinds of favorite cars led by other Gran Turismo players. It's all about to have the best experience. We have to go enter in and test it to see how it feels. So going right back on Daytona chicane on the right. Got to keep the handling check and go for the offense for more in about 13.7 seconds left. Third sector coming up. Just wait until step 3 comes in, and here it is right now. Rain forecast on the arrival. But I'll have to keep it on hold. This will make the time. We'll go for the calm before the storm. But step 2 is almost there to be well done before the third step is coming up to get closer to have one stop at the pits. Just only have 7 steps of racing at Le Mans is going to have to be bring out to have a good completion of the bearing reference. And there's more than that. I have good eyes on T Yamanaka in about 2.8 seconds to go to catch up to C Healy in a Genesis G70 GR4. They have already entered at the Mulsanne corner, so I'm about to go quicker commit and brake check to go on the right. Good solid check on the apex and make it much more clear to get followed through in about 2.1 seconds. I see 3 of them, and that means for Randall Haywood in the Lamborghini Huracan Group 4 is in the top 6 drivers. So I have to get there soon and be quicker to be expected. So I bet step 3 might have to go for a little bit more alternative change. We'll have to do a matter of ways of the method. Got to go dive in around at the Indianapolis corner again. The forecast is about to be changed up from sunny day to partly cloudy, so I have to be on the lookout to have a good eyes on the sky. Slowing down to 14.2 seconds left. All that hard work makes me just really gonna have to go for a nice track and treat on the course. Okay, let's dive on in, right back at the Porsche curves, and get tricky out there to have a nice shade effect. Will be changed up to go in the rain. Okay, good effect on the overtake. 5th place, here I come, and moving up to the top. So I have to be very extra careful. So I have to get behind on M. Mendoza with the Aston Martin B8 Vantage Group 4, while Ed Portilla is in 2nd place to catch up with the main rival is M. McEwen in the Chevrolet Corvette C7 Group 4. 4th place coming in, and 3rd lap coming up to go for step 3. Racing in the rain. Okay, that's good enough to have myself for a faster run time in 4 minutes, 20.529 seconds. That should do for consider this as step 3 to go obtain in the new set of the faster lap time. But step 4 is going to have to go racing in the wet. Okay, gonna have to go side by side and overtake the Aston Martin B8 Vantage. 3rd place coming up and go for the main gap distance onwards in just 13.4 seconds to go. Okay, looks like Mendoza is about to go for it, and heating up for a cooking racing strategy is going to get much more faster to see the Red Bull X2014 Junior in action. But it gets tricky. So I have to use all my mind, skills, and have a lot of strategy to get things up to go working up and deal with a Group 4 car to becoming as a strong, formidable opponent. But not yet at least. Just have step 5 will have to be switched up to go for a perspective method if the rain is coming around at Le Mans. So it's only have 61% in the fuel. Still good, and very well indeed to get onward to have a half percentage fuel to go over 550. So I have to look ahead. Got to be very extra careful to avoid the contact, or cutting up corners will receive a penalty. Okay, put me back in third place, coach. I'm about to go defense, and Aston Martin is going for the offense. Okay, gonna have to be much more careful on the contact. Close call, and put me back down in fourth place. Come on, might need to step it up and go faster with the acceleration. Okay, stay with the Aston Martin. Still might need to have one turn to go dive in through to have the Indianapolis will have to help me out. But it gets a risk. Okay, just have to stay on it. Just save it for the Porsche curve and Corvette curves before the next two sectors. But talk about the most intense heated battle ever yet. Okay, much more earlier at the start. So I had to dance it and brake well to go follow through to have this corner to give me my best chance. Okay, last sector coming up. Check again on the radar to be on the lookout with some incoming weather forecast rain. And there it goes. Chevrolet and Dodge is at the pits. Now's my chance, and go for step 5 to have the best advantage. We'll go proceed to the next lap as first place to be updated on the grid. But here comes a new set of the fastest lap record momentarily, and put me in by first place. Okay, terrific and excellent. So I know what to do, folks. This race is all about to have your own strategy is what you need to do. So I'm always have to go cook up and do some planning by planning to do some racing of strategy to see this race is all about to have the weather forecast to go for a condition of perspective. Fourth lap coming up. Just have to make it to go into step 5 is gonna have to be putting up to go racing in the rain. We'll continue on. But right on cue to have the blue spots ever yet to be expected, so I'll have to be preferred to go for a full traction zone into number 5. So if I were you, you might have to be very extra careful because the rain percentage is about to get a little bit more increased faster soon. But I'll have to do safeties on and just have to stay in one piece to go by one stop at the pits. But I should rather have to do a list of 7 steps when racing at Le Mans. So I have to keep that in mind before the upcoming future weekly challenges until Spec 3 is only just a few more days away. But just have only over a month left to go. But I just have to keep on track and see how many days before GT7 Spec 3 update might have to be arrived soon before we're about to be entered in December. But I can't wait to have 2 new racetracks and 8 cars as well, but not to mention about one good kind of a Chinese manufactured vehicle that has 3,000 horsepower, and one single kind of a track-focused hypercar is becoming fully electric. But I bet the title itself will have to keep that in mind, because this new kind of a Chinese hypercar turns out to be very nice and will indeed to have a track-focused hypercar are about to be entered on the track. But much more different, like the Chevrolet Corvette CX concept and other kinds of electric vehicles with some Vision GT cars like the Porsche Vision Gran Turismo, Jaguar Vision GT with a hardtop and roadster versions, and of course to have some various kinds of high performance hypercars that has over 1500 horsepower, and especially for the Dodge SRT Tomahawk S as well. But yeah, I can't say that more high performance vehicles that has a lot of good horsepower is going to get much more excited out there to see some good hands before 8 cars will be arrived soon as well before Spec 3 comes out. Okay, just have to slow down quickly, but man, I almost broke out one thing perhaps. I should have had to keep up with it one single race without going for the pits. But I'll have to stick it to it if I had to go to the pits right away. Alright, well, good thing a little bit more setback and full traction just saved my bacon. And there's more than that. Gap distance in 48.3 seconds is going on the defense. But I'll have to slow down for a while, and then this will have to save my strength, and the handling will have to go for a full reinforcement strategy gone in. Okay, just have to take it slow. Last sector on gear number 3 to keep it nice and neat. Okay, just have to go with the flow. Looks like I have 12 minutes and 25 seconds left. I still got this one, viewers. Every race is all about to have no problem at all. But I'll have to get down to have one single stop at the pits while the other drivers are about to be approaches to go for some slight difficulty because the handling will get a little bit much more taste of the heavy. Alright, let's get on the pits and switch it into heavyweight tires. So I had to go for only step 6. Switching up the tires and enter the pits. Have my crew to be ready up and have a one good Halloween outfit style to be changed up to go for the cutscene as the Jacko Red Bull X 2014 is about to be entered to go all in. But not yet at least. 19 Group 4 racers are about to be on the slow period time to have some trouble difficulties when racing in the wet. So I'll be the first one to be entered and have the tire compound to be switched from the hard into heavy wet. Alright, it's all set, and wait until the full capacity refuel check and right on 100%. Okay, and back in action. The gloves are coming up. I'll have the TCS will be switching back to 0 and it's all clear for now on. Over 10 minutes left to go, and I still have the fastest lap time in 4 minutes 20.529 seconds as 19 Group 4 racers are about to be entered the pits to be soon as expected after I'm about to be coming out as well to be proceed on to the next lap in number 5. Just look at all of them. They're using all hard racing tires, and especially for Ryuto Kokobun in their soft racing compound tires. Just only have a few more percentage, and everything is going well nicely to be proceed to go revving up onto the high speed to be stay in balance. Okay, sorry about that. A little bit more setback whenever I just hear the interruption on my phone. Okay, looks like C. Healy is in second place, and McGeewin in third. Looks like T. Yamanaka might have to be preferred to go switching up to go on Racing Intermediate, and there it is right now to be switching up to go on Hard, while Patrick Basson is about to stick it right in. Wait until Yamanaka is about to be switching up onto the grid standings as other drivers, and the rest will have to be switching to go on other choices. But it takes a minute and 8 seconds as I still have a good upper hand advantage to go faster up and stay safe to go clear balance. Time for me to go lean 6 to hold down the field and hold down the fort. Okay, one last scare is gonna have to do it and put myself to go for full competition ready up. Got the review check again on the weather radar. Okay, looks like it's doing well, and the rain forecast is about to get a little bit more subsided in just a few more minutes to go. But wait until the sunny day forecast will be going back to normal, and the asphalt will have to be going well dried up to be needed. Okay, so step 6, everything what you got. When you're in first place, you always have to keep a good eyes on the prize and eyes on the podium, and then the last step on number 7 before the time runs out if you're about to be arriving to go on the 7th lap. Okay, outlap is in progress, halfway there. Got to take the Indianapolis corner and just have to go slower and steady up just like the last time from the previous lap as I just keep it myself to stay in one piece. Okay, just take that RPM to stay on track a bit. But looks like the rain stopped and the clouds are about to be subsided. But there's some clear skies coming in, and the time of day is still around to go from the afternoon into late afternoon. Okay, gonna have to go a little bit more faster and full grip balance. Last sector on number 6 to go back directly to the pits. But man, looks like it's going to get a little bit more shaded out there to be well seen by the expected. But I'll have to give it another round to do another outlap, folks, so I have to get back to the pits quickly and switch it back to go in hard tires. But there's no need to have a refuel requirement, so I'm all good and just have tires only. Just wait until 19 drivers will be expected coming back again on Sector 5 and 6. I'm just getting warmed up and get started in about 6 minutes and 17 seconds to go. I'm so glad I was about to begin to help myself to go for a full race participation before this weekly challenge is just have one good track or treat. So Jacko Red Bull X 2014 Jr. is in the pits. Get that hard compound tires to be back in and exit the course to be on the pits. Okay, I know what to do. Just have a few more percentage on the wet spots is going to get much more heavier and less spots to be well seen in the dry asphalt. So I have to use it wisely and just have to stay using on the safe zone any way I can. It's only down to 5 minutes left, so I have to give it for an extra 20 seconds. Okay, first sector check, now going back in sector 2. Still got first place in the bag, and Ed Portilla is on the comeback in second place, while in Mendoza with the Aston Martin V8 Vantage Group 4 is now been going on the pursuit. The gloves are coming up, and switch it back to go power 1 to help myself to go full defense as the total gap distance from behind in 33 seconds. Now it's 32.9, Decide to stay faster and stay on the focus. Okay, going on the Daytona chicane. Just keep that good grip check, and slick tire compound, we've still got this one. Okay, gonna have to give it all I got. Just put me one more lap after the 6th lap has now just had to be on standby to go for ongoing. Okay, good skill handling check. Michelin chicane has been already cleared by Perform the Corner. Number 4 sector, here I come again and proceed back to the Mustang corner. Got to stay on track and stay focused while the other drivers are about to catch up to my main distance, as I still have 31 seconds to go update into 30.8. It's only down to 3 minutes, 23 seconds left to go, and Eyes on the Sun is going to go for a brighter time to go seen in the horizon. Okay, back on 31 seconds. This is where the 7 steps of racing in Le Mans is all comes in. The truth will matter to have any kinds of various race cars, and especially road cars, to be designed to go for a testing experiment. It also says that the reference is whenever you play the first Call of Duty Black Ops game, but I know I just really think that the most matter of the reference is by taking 7 steps in Bokuda has everything to bring out to have a pattern of the step by step. But only in Gran Turismo 7, as I just really think about this race and the event itself, has now been bearing out to have a one same energy references before the 6th lap has now just yet to be almost clear until lap number 7 will be a wait until the time runs out. It's going to get closer to have the finish line will be step to be achieved on the podium finish. So I have to get there soon, and 3 turns on the corners to have the Porsche curves, followed by the Corvette curves and the 4 chicane. Well, I can hardly feel it. It's all about having one perspective of the segment video of this race is gonna have to be bearing out with one same energy reference. So I have to get there soon, and just only have a minute and 42 seconds left to go. Got to take that out lap, will be coming up to be worn out, and here I come. We'll take one more turn to go and have the best zone ever yet to have a good scene in the dry asphalt. Lap number 7, here I come, and here comes the time attack. We'll take the last step. Okay, first turn on the Dunlop corner, then chicane on turn 2 and 3. Gotta look ahead and do this quickly. This is gonna get much more dark shaded out there to have the clouds are about to get a little bit more on the forecast after hours of the rain. And there will be having some few drivers are about to be heading back to the pits to be switching up from racing rain tires to go back in racing slick. Okay, gonna have to keep pushing. 5 more sectors to go and proceed in number 2 sector to go full Mustang straight. Got to give it all I got. Time remain in about 26 seconds to go. 6th gear coming up. Have an update gap distance to go further away in 31 seconds. We'll have to be change it into a minute. So I'm glad that my faster lap time might need to have a little bit more update to go for 4 minutes and 20 seconds if I had to go under by part time. Okay, gonna have to keep going. stay in the high speed, and drive well for the Red Bull X 2014 Junior in the Halloween style of a jack-o'-lantern. So, Michelin chicane, cornering up, cha-cha-cha, and inside mark of the apex. Okay, time's up. Looks like other drivers has now been made it to the finish line, but I'm still inactive to go for only a few more sectors left to go. But this will be having 5 drivers left standing. This is going to get much more heated battle out there to see 4 drivers are about to take the battle in second place. Got to take the Mulsanne corner on in, and Awesome the Sun is going to go for a taste of a horizon. Okay, 5th gear coming up. Okay, keep going. I bet it gets a little bit darker out there and still have some daylight. Okay, here comes the dive in on Indianapolis. Just take that corner here and stepping up on for the line apex to go here. Halfway there is almost complete. Gonna have to take the last 3 corners to go. Porsche curb is on the first step. Is gonna have to put myself to go achieve in first place to get up to the finish line. So I won't hold back. Got to beat that time and win this race in no time. Okay, Corvette curves coming around, and last sector to have one more turn to go for the 4th chicane. Gotta do this quickly. It's only down to 20 seconds left. Okay, just had to take one more turn to go. Okay, so far so close, and looks like step 7, podium finish. First place for the Jack of Red Bull X 2014 Junior, and first check mark has been complete. Everything is coming up to have 7 steps racing at Le Mans for the WTC 700. Oh yeah, now that's competition, is how we get it done. But very much more indeed to have a total time to be additional in 2 minutes 56.396 seconds to go carry over by over 30 minutes. Faster lap time, still got this one on lap number 2 to go previous, and still might have to go work hard to be achieved to go under by 4 minutes and 20 seconds to have a good mark to be achieved on successful time. And there's 825,000 Gran Turismo credit to go earn, and hard work exercise really helped me out to get things up to go work on and drive hard, as I had to get up to be in the first position to be marked on the finish line. And there's 100,000 Gran Turismo credit to be earned on the first progress, but even perhaps I'll have to try this again soon before moving on to have race number 2 to go for a short period on overtime, so I'll have to get back to it to proceed onward on the second round of the event. So let's go to Lake Louise Short Track and ready up for the Jimny Cup as event number 2 for the weekly challenge. So I have the snow tires checked. All parts are about to be applied and good to go to help myself before recommend on race number 3 before proceed to the Streets of Roller Springs in Lightweight K-Cup. But there's going to be having one more additional choice out there if I had to go for the Honda N1 RS 2022 to have a brand new batch of the Halloween themed livery. But after all kinds of usual Halloween themed liveries will have to be set to go for the main part of the weekly challenges just like the previous, and this will have to take the new ones we'll be putting up to have a nice trick or treat on the course. But it's about to get a little bit more cold on the temperature because the season is still in the fall and about a few days left to go before winter will be coming up until December 21st. Now let's get going and double file on the rolling start in about 3 seconds to have one Halloween livery in 12th place to get up in first position in about 3 laps. We'll go nice and easy. Gonna have to go quickly before the first turn is going in, and choose the main approach to have the inside or outside if you're about to have your own strategy to be checked and good to go. Braking point coming up, and I'll have to be positioned to go slide around onto the outside corner of turn 1 and put myself in 7th place to have a major lineup to have a crowded group of Jeepney XC versions and one 0JC variant. But very nice and good apply. We'll be having enough installed parts if you're about to be well tested to head up in race number 3 later on to go driving in the tarmac. Got to dive down slowly and have circuit 2 to be checked and well applied to go check on the brake. Okay, very nice. Overtake Paul Ura, and that means for a Lopez in position 1 and go update on the grid in position 2 as I had to go in the lead. Okay, good turn on the final corner to go in and out to be exit to have a full stretch to have a good look at this new batch of the Halloween themed livery on the Suzuki Jeepney XC. But it turns out everything is all about to have the decoration to see some spooky decals including with a pumpkin, and of course to have the tire aftermarket brand Dunlop has now been placed to go display in the front, side and rear itself, include with a Fanatec and Brembo. But look closely because these jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are about to get much more slightly to have a good look on the rear. Is about to get much more scarier as to be expected. A little bit more mixture to be bearing up with the reference to have one snow course and the car itself to have a nice Halloween themed decoration to be bearing up to have the same kind of the energy, just like The Nightmare Before Christmas is everybody's most favorite nostalgia movie is still have the goat. But I still really enjoy watching this movie, but I kind of think I should really gonna have to watch it again. It's gonna be my best time after doing all the races. We might need to get it done. So let me do all the skills and gonna have to take that last turn to go slide around to have a nice K car to go rally style. But actually, I still really think as I really had a lot of good run out there from Le Mans since the WTC 700 from the previous first race of the latest weekly challenge, but I'll have to be able to go again for only one single session to have a one good batch of the content replay to have a condition forecast to go for a roll of perspective. Just only have to take the dirt and final lap goes in and ready up to have the best batch of the time attack. Will go for only one single run time in just a minute 19.934 seconds. Got to take the inside on turn 1, amp up the RPM to go a little bit much more closer to have a short straightaway before the next turn on number 2 to go entered on sector 2. Got to keep it nice and slow. We might have to keep this one before heading out to the Streets of Roller Springs later on after finishing up from the Jeepney Cup. But there's more to that, as I still have one good batch of the Halloween themed livery on the Honda M1 RS 2022 is about to get a little bit much more different besides the orange paint job. A little bit more taste of the carbon fiber is about to be well forged and putting up with another batch of the Halloween themed decorations on decals itself. But just wait, if you've already seen this one from the previous time-lapse video, before this one will be scheduled to have the next one later on forward. So let's take the final stretch and go all the way to have a minute and 18 seconds to go set for a new faster lap record to have event number 2 clear. But what's this? 3 more to go and right on track to have a decent progress, as I still might need to get back on track. Let's have a good review results, and there it is right now to have a decimal in 0.645 in lap number 3 for the total time in 4 minutes 2.376 seconds. Very nice. And Halloween Jeepney XC is now been earned up to go clean by the bonus in 52,500 GT credits. We'll have to go running up on the mileage marathon for a new day, as Halloween is still have to be remained to go in 5 days left to go. only for this main segment as part number 2, that is. So I'll have to get down on the thumbnail image and do a playback position to go in 2 minutes and 30 seconds to be take place around in the final corner. Alright, there's the spot right here, and give this one to have a captured thumbnail image, or just have to make it much more realistic for a cinematic view. There we go, just like that, and number 2 of the content replay will be settled in to have a new batch. Perfect, and let's go to Willow Springs International Raceway to take on the streets before proceed to the Lightweight K-Cup. Okay, halfway point is on the clock. This time, I'll have to take 2 races by using the Honda N1 RS 2022 will be set and go for a spooky Halloween themed livery besides the orange paint job is about to be set and required on settings. Comfort sub tires check. Ballast has now been set in 57 kilograms, and also for power restrictor and 79% to be checked and raring to go. The ADSUB with a medium turbocharged RPM will be set on the anti-lag system, will be labeled to go in weak, 1 inch bounce tuning, and stage 1 of weight reduction has now been set to go install. But it turns out everybody really enjoys having a brand new look of Willow Springs International Raceway Streets of Willow Springs by putting up to have a nice renovation out there after the old one still have used to becoming as the original type of the layout, but still have a very good roots of the original ever since by playing on other racing games just like GT7. Things may get a little bit different this time, so I'll have to be ready up and have an old version of this track just like the new one in real life. But I bet everybody still really enjoys to have the new version of this track. It's very much more indeed realistic and putting up to have some changes of renovation. Just like the old one, still have some very good ways to have a roots of tradition ever since the track itself was established from the 1960s. So I have to be prepared to go first lap, and up I go to have a nice spooky track or treat on the Honda N1 RS. Will take the challenge. Is about to go proceed to Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit in the one-way category as a brand new third round special event. Gap distance is all set, and gonna have to be ready to go understeer offense to have a nice wide body version. Is about to go carbon fiber on the forge and decals with a Halloween themed decorations to have a nice good look on the scary effect. Okay, gonna have to go around and gonna have to get behind on Killian Ponder in 12th place. Overtake Patrick Besson to go for a track or treat overtake. Good job. And down to 16.2 seconds left to go. So I have to brace myself and wait until the brake zone just here until now. Gonna have to keep it nice and deaccelerate smoothly. One Daihatsu Copen 2002 with a wing spoiler and low width spoiler on G Megalo in position 9 to come around to have the right side turn to go full opening to be in and out. Okay. 9th place going in and heading up to the second lap by a faster run time in just 1 minute, 36.222 seconds. So I have already did for myself to have 2 new batches of the Halloween themed livery on both K cars for the Suzuki Jeepney XC 2018 and 2022 Honda N1 RS. We'll be putting up to have some different styles and different theme in Halloween background. But this one is quite very good in black and still have the elements to have the carbon face fiber to go fully forged with some decals to be well placed around in it, and also to have the webs on the rooftop. But you can't make a Halloween themed livery without a single spider web. We'll be serving to go for a batch of the decals. One good trick or treat on the window has now been seen by display, and the license plate itself. Happy Halloween and find your line. Okay, 6th place moving on, and 5 more K cars left standing. Decide to go step up the brakes and drive well to go careful understeer to have the 3rd sector going in, and last sector is on the way. Okay, gonna have to get behind on Coque Lopez. He's coming in to catch up to Takuma Minasono in 4th place. That means third lap will go halfway point upon arrival. That's a minute, 35.107 seconds, so I have to stay on him, and then Takuma Minasono as well. Okay, early brake comes in, and right turn to go understeer by turn 2 by the position. Okay, there's Ryota Kokubun in 3rd place. He's gonna have to catch up to Nicholas Rubiller in 2nd place for the Suzuki Cappuccino 1991. Just Saber for only one, Honda S660 2015, and the other one is I had to go in 3rd. Okay, that's a good track or treat overtake. Now the Cappuccino on 2nd place is just right around to go on to the main turn. But this section of the spot was used to have this good wide open environment area before putting up to have one good batch of the decorations to be placed as an added barrier. But the old one still has some good roots of the element to have the original before the updated version will be putting up to have a nice Grand Prix version look. But instead, it actually turns out to have a nice good look at the streets of Royal Springs before putting up with some designers and construction workers will be packed up to go with some change of redesign work. But after all, the track itself just only have this section of the spot at the final turn is about to go include with a wide open pit lane entry. But I kind of think about this later version of this track is still have a tradition of the original roots before putting up to have a prior update to Spec 3 might need to give this track a little bit more taste of redesign in GT7. But we'll have to find out soon enough because it still have a good kind of a classic version has now been bring out to have a roots of tradition. So 4th lap coming up on the penultimate, start to get there soon and finishing up to go on round 3 later on to have a 4th placement to go racing up in the latest weekly challenge. Still got a faster run time and required on performance to be stay in one piece. But that would be much more possible to have yourself to go grab with a Suzuki Carry KC 2012 to go anywhere on different places in only just one single event. But that would be very much more indeed to have one additional K card to be changed up to go additional by the update. But the current ones on the latest just to have well-reserved opponents and different vehicles on the same type of the Japanese K card. Okay, gonna have to take that turn without avoiding contact on the cones. Just perfect. And final turn coming up to keep a good eyes on the line. Okay, now gonna have to take the final lap and winners race in the classic version of this track in Streets of Royal Springs, but everybody still really enjoys to have this kind of a modern look at this good course layout. But much more indeed to have a renovation and update has got it all. Just only have 3 more sectors left to go as I go move on and Sector 2. So, as you may ever think about having 2 content videos, including with the previous since last year, well, maybe back from 2022 is very more indeed to have a one good feature to have one additional Halloween batch variation, and then the weekly challenges since 2 years ago. But I'll have to put that one onto the list and just have to go for a triple feature to have a track or treat and Halloween themed racing for the weekly challenge to go for a 3-part series. So I got my record in a minute, 33.232 seconds, and final lap is just going well to be ongoing by the progress. Okay, going on the brake check. Have the last 3 turns to go. Okay, just make that wide open to go in and rev up the RPM to go pulling up with a turbocharged strength. And there you go, for only a same time record to be updated as a brand new record by crossing the finish line. But less spooky and more competition. K car has got it all to have the dirt checkmark has now been done, clear, and trick or treat for first place to go earn up on a trophy to have a nice field with candy. But man, I just really might need to have one single piece of candy, might need to get myself to go for a full taste of bring back the best memories when I was a kid to go out for some trick-or-treat fun to have some collected with candy. But this was in the past, and now in the future to have the present day as well to have all kinds of Halloween themed liveries for this main feature segment. Total time in 7 minutes, 54.569 seconds, and here is the new fastest lap record I took is 1 minute, 33.043 seconds on lap number 5. But I'll have to be putting up to have a one racing outfit for Halloween by next year in 2026 and 45,000 GT credits to go earn up on the treat. And there's 200,000 GT credit on the ticket, and that means 2 more races left to go before one 6-star roulette ticket in the car category is just waiting for me. But not yet to be patient, as I had to go stop around to be proceed in the 5th round on Racer Turbo Sports Car at Watkins Glen International, so I'll have to go and grab the KTM Expo R 2012. Now give me a moment, and just have to go by 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go take place on the scene. And there's more to that. Have this capture thumbnail image to be placed and content replay saved. Okay, it's all good to go, and let's go to Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit for the 3rd round in the Honda M1 RS 1-man category for a brand new special event. So I bet the same opponents are about to have a good look with this new kind of a Halloween themed livery. This will give a little bit more taste of a trick or treat and bearing out to have the original saying trick or treat. So let's move on, and penultimate race number 4, here I come. With 2 races left to go, it's going to get much more closer at the end of this month for Halloween and October itself. But I can't wait until 2 more months before 2025 is about to be over soon, along with Spec 3 is only just a few days left to go. But always have to be patient, as I still might have to do some more major upcoming content videos who have to be set to go for a plan of Trick or Treat to go for a remaster of my own vision. Now let's go and let the 4th round race begins and have a single file line to go rolling start in about 3 seconds, and off I go to take the first lap to get behind on Ishida in position 9. First lap going in, and turn 1 to go dive down around to go for the perfection line to have a track or treat and smell the racing line to go for a K-Car M1 RS. Turn 2 coming up, so I'll have to take the position to go on the apex to have the first sector towards the end and make a good mark to go entered on sector 2. But remember folks, this race, just like last time back from Suzuka Circuit and WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca from the previous round, and also for the 3rd round when racing at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit, is about to go 10K car competition for the same M1 RS. But looks to me, this is going to get much more spectacular out there to see the Halloween themed livery for the same M1 RS will go trick or treat on the way. So that's 1K car down, only 8 more to go. Moving on to take the 9th position to get behind on a Kato in about 1.2 seconds to go earlier before the next turn to go stepping up on the apex. Okay, very fantastic. Just have that outside turn to go clear and stay behind him. And here comes the final sector to go apply on the brake to have a good inside position by touching up the apex. A memo to all Honda fans out there, happy Halloween Gran Turismo 7. Always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and find your line. Alright, it's all clear on the final turn. Now let's proceed to go stay on track before entered on lap number 2 in just 2 minutes with a decimal of 0.109 seconds. Got a good eye on Y Yamaguchi in 7th place along with H Sakurai in 6th place. Just give that base blue number 4 on the same N1 RS. Just have to take the same position to go stay on track to go inside the apex. Okay, keep it nice and slow. First sector check, clear, and move on back at sector 2. Okay, here comes another track or treat overtake. Gonna have to get there soon before turn 3 comes up and have turn 4 to go suited and positionized to go in the middle towards the outside as sector 3 is right on the cue. Okay, Aoki is in 5th place. I see him right now on base white color on the green trim number 9. Gonna have to stay on track and go down onto the slope. Okay, gonna have to stay on it and keep pushing up with the pressure on the gas. Still got good skills on the wide body version, but instead, if I had to be well planned to have an updated version without using the wide body kit, this one is the first example to be giving one good Halloween treat and along with a wide body version to go for a non-specified. Well, I kinda think this one is very well indeed to have the first one, so I'll have to put the non-wide body version to be added to the list to go for additional batch of the variation. So I have a good eye on Inako in 4th place, so I'll have to take the outside and already entered to have the 5th sector to go in and out. Okay, that's the ticket. 4th place coming up. And almost there to catch up to Awasa in 3rd place as the 3rd lap to go in the halfway point as I update the fastest lap record in just a minute 59.542 seconds. Skillful to be spectacular amazed, and one Halloween carbon fiber is going action up and embrace it to go for a full party spectacular to have a different kind of a Halloween party. So I bet everybody and other Gran Turismo players have some plans and ideas for doing a Halloween party of this year, but I'll have to stay behind, so I had to do some planning of development for my own ways to have this complete content video to become myself as the role of the producer for my UTRS Freelance Independent Studios. But I'll have to be putting up to have an update for my own subdivision branch that related to have some planning up on production video entertainment. But I'll have to still have one skills as a live stream developer to be planned and go on set. But I know I still have a lot of way to go to be well planned and embrace it to have some plans of creativity. And there we go, right on the pass and overtake Kimura. Moving on in 2nd place in about just 4.4 seconds to go to catch up to Hirata in 1st place. So I had to go faster, normal all the way, and very good usage to have a comfort soft tires is the best example to be used. Now I'll have to get down to have a good eyes on 2 more laps to go. Halfway point is almost done soon. Okay, very nice on the close curve to go for a clear line perfection, masterpiece, and heaven way to go on penultimate lap number 4. That's a minute 58.902 seconds, so I'm going in to take the offense. We'll have to stay on track to get focused on Hirata, decided to go in 1st place. Okay, gonna have to get a good concentration to stay focused on the line soon. Okay, that's good for only one good deeds. Back on sector 2. And there it goes. I'll have to take the left side and opening on overtake to go for a track or treat and smell sector 3 to go inside the line apex. Okay, correct the mono and cha-cha-cha to go for a long slipstream to be on the Conca on the high-speed rev. Alright, now time for me to go defense and gonna have to go pack up to go skillful on the turns to be elevate. but there's only have one free room for one more. I'm always have to go pack up to stay on the strategy line of defense. Looks like Kimura is going for the offense. Just wait until Hirata will have to stay ongoing to catch up, as I still have first place to go in the bag. Got a good eyes view on the right side mirror. Just have to keep pushing and stay on track by 1.3 seconds to go to be decreased remain. Okay, clutch curves on mine. Fabulous, and good K car on the line. Okay, average lap time has now been placed, so let's go to the final lap, and number 5 is stopping here. Just have to go all the way to go much more harder out there to have the Halloween themed livery will be placed and set to go for a podium to be achieved on the fastest lap time if I had to go for 1 minute and 57 seconds, as I had to go and face up with 5 sectors around in the full course of Brands Hatch. Okay, turn 3 clear. Now going to keep a good eyes on the signs of direction to take the brake zone to go enter in, and lighter to go de-accelerate to have the precision to keep it nice and neat. But don't slow down, just keep going faster if you can. So time of day is 17:08 hours, and that means 5:08 p.m. is on the time. Okay, sector 3 clear, just only have 2 more to go momentarily, and this race is just over soon for a penultimate round on number 4 before Watkins Glen International Long Course. It's about to go standby on hold to have a Racer Turbo Sports car for the KTM Expo R 2012. Just have that apex to go in, just 2 more to go. 5th sector is right on the clock. Time for me to go full straight, and last corner coming up to be batch things up and go embrace it for a track or treat racing line perfection perform. So here comes the final stretch, time's ticking, and checker flag is right over here. Alright, perfect, and spectacular amaze has been done and cleared for round 3 in the Honda N1 RS 1 Meg special event. 1 more race to go, and that's a good spectacular Halloween themed livery just now been reaching on time to go finish line in first on the podium. Now let's see the results, and very good by under 10 minute time by 9 minutes 54.846 seconds, and 5th lap by 1 minute 56.877 seconds has now been made to go for improved faster run time to be master and skillful for the Honda N1 RS as a good part for only a Halloween themed livery. So that's 120,000 GT credit has been clear, and here goes for 1 batch of the content replay we'll be cooking up to have a good eyes on the dumb new image. But it's going to take place right over here at sector 5, so zoom in on the camera and have a good look to be placed around to go on to the last curve on Clark's. Just wait for it and get this camera to go zoom in, and there it is right now. Nice and good batch up the content replay will be saved. So this is it, viewers. 1 more race to go, and I'm about to be ready up to have the nice KTM Expo R 2012. Will be required to have some preparations and have 1 turbocharged RPM to go revving up and get higher out there before racing at Watkins Glen International Long Course is about to go track focus, and part of the Halloween themed livery will be set to go for a main debut participation as the last race in the 4th week of October of this weekly challenge. And so, it begins right here for race number 5, viewers. So I got all the parts I need, except the suspension parts will always have to be set into normal. But better make sure to have an anti-lag system will be set to go strong into weak and update to go recalculate to have a 1 power restrictor to go decrease in about 99%. Okay, so that should do enough and make it much more. Pick up the adjustment will go balance into 408 horsepower and have 698.82 performance point without engine tuning and 1 increased body rigidity as a label of exception. So I got Sports Hub compound tires to be checked and enter the track. Will give it all I got to take on Guy Barbaro in the Hyundai Elantra N 2023. This is going to get much more fun out there to have the last race for the October Weekly Challenge in number 4, and I can't believe it. This is going to get much more spectacular out there to have 4 cars in Halloween themed liveries in all events at once. But I can't wait until the $6 roulette ticket in the car category is going to be the best treat, just like we see 1 good piece of the candy. So let's go, and 16th place will start the countdown in 3, 2, 1, and we're off for a track or treat to go on race number 5. First turn coming up, so I have a good eye on Ichikawa in 15th place in the Mercedes-AMG GTR 2017, as I have a good eye on Mikao Hisao in the Subaru Impreza 22B STI 1998. Gotta keep it careful, and there's Guy Barbaro right here, right next to H. Okamoto. Okay, race trip is doing well, and gonna go pack up into the high-speed acceleration to go inside the inner loop and outer loop by entered on sector 2. Okay, it's going well smoothly for the handling. Just to see how the track wheel car for this Expo R is now going for a spooky at the Halloween themed livery. It's all about to have the best season in the fall. But there's more to that. Gonna have to get behind quickly and go overtake at T Yamanaka in the 2020 Toyota GR Super RC. Going for the dogleg, and here I come to catch up towards Robert Heck in 9th place in the BMW M2 competition. Going forward, and third sector is right on the clock. Okay, very nice and good control on the early braking point to have a nice position to stay ongoing. But wow, it gets brighter out there, so I just had to keep it much more careful whenever I had to stay focused on the track. But thank you, realistic view out there, to have a good eyes on the sun. Okay, it's doing well nicely, but almost there to have the last turn to catch up towards Emily Jones in the same BMW M2 competition. Right at the scene, and gonna have to take the right side to go full stretch as a single one-time drag run only. First lap clear, and gonna have to get behind on Yosuke Goto in a Nismo Skyline GTR R34C Tune 2005 by entered on lap 2. Okay, that's the ticket. Only 4 more turbocharged cars to go. Looks like our Hernandez is doing well to go succeeded nicely to have a good best spot in the lead. But that would be much more possible if the Bugatti Veyron is about to be ready to join in session to have a good place on the track in the same event. But I bet you guys really do. But I just really think about a very good, interesting ways to have a single hypercar is going to get much more. Pack up the turbocharger and suggested to go for the range of performance point by under 700. So I had to look ahead, dive down to the chute, and gonna have to catch up to the red R35 GTR is on 2nd place. But good job, Iko Fraka in the Toyota Super RC 1997. Okay, gonna have to keep it nice and neat. Just one last Mercedes AMG that I just really had to take a little bit more time to go eyes on view. So moving on in 2nd place. So this is going to be very nice and pretty easy out there. Okay, just only have one good Mercedes AMG GTS 2015. Just wait and make that short straightaway before entered on sector 4 for the last 2 turns. Okay, track or treat, smell the final turn, and find your line is gonna have to go positionize onto the left side before the halfway point to go in lap number 3. Still have the same time to go average normal, so I'll have to keep it on the first lap at the latest, as I still have to go for a time attack on another batch on round 2. Okay, good check on turn 3. Gonna have to make that good high speed limitations to go up in just 160 miles per hour before the inner loop and outer loop comes in to go for the main bus stop on the opening edge. Got to keep that handling check to go around, save it for the outer loop, and putting up to have an inside position to go place through onto the yellow highlight. Okay, very nice. Just want to make sure that this will be doing this main segment is all about to have a special spectacular Halloween treat of the content video. Okay, dogleg is going clear. Time for me to beat my fastest lap record to go by under 2 minutes. Just wait until the 5th lap will be pending on standby. Okay, fantastic work. Just have last 3 turns to go, and wow, just might have to get a good eyes on focus because the sunlight just really get a little bit more blind eye. Okay, very nice. Good turn on the apex to go in and outwards before going back in. And here's a minute and 55 seconds to go, expected to go place by the decimal in just 0.553 seconds. Very nice and very good crossbow art on the Halloween livery, and the fans are cheering me on to have a good Halloween spectacular moment. It's going well nicely. If I had to race on 5 courses to go in nighttime, it's going to be the best place in the house. 6th gear coming up, and go apply in the braking zone. Checking in, going out, and outer loop on the way. So I really hope my previous content videos are doing well to start making some money online. So I just got everything to go on track, so I just actually received by over $2 amount. But more likely because the revenue might need to have some more possible ways to go earning up with some more cash. But maybe you guys really gonna have to fetch me with some $1 by giving a super thanks as a treat. That is why every kind of celebration of Halloween by going for a trick-or-treat might need to have some one good earning up with a single piece of the candy. But I mean, it's been years that I never taste candy in my entire life before putting up on a special diet. But I'll have to stay healthy because I'm always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and go for a natural treat before next month in November. We'll always have to go for a celebration of Thanksgiving. But I should rather have to go watch It's a Great Big Pumpkin Charlie Brown after the race is over. Or maybe I just have to go watching with some 2 Charlie Brown movies. So that will have to cheer me up, and that will have to put my effort to go for racing up and mindful to be racking up with my own perk of the effects. So look at the time on the final lap, you guys. Number 5 has now just been hit and go for the arrival. But speaking of all the time to go for a short patient, this will have myself to go for a time attack on the Halloween rush. But I'm about to beat my own lap time, gonna have to keep faster and aim towards the in loop onto the bus stop to keep it nice and wide open. Okay, good job to beat indeed. If I ever wanted to race with Snoopy, but he's a very good nice beagle by the way, a very nice looking beagle who likes to do all sorts of good stuff. and maybe perhaps he likes to go pretend to becoming like a World War I flying ace by taking on with a Red Baron. But that would be much more indeed to have a best moment out there whenever I watch the Charlie Brown special on Halloween and especially for Thanksgiving along with Christmas as well. But fall season is just still around by the clock, but I can't wait if I had to be a much more free time on moment after this. But good grief. Maybe I should rather have to stay focused out there to have one important request if someone else might really ask me to start making a livery to be represented the country of Argentina. But I'll have to add it to the list by one pending a request just to make sure if I had to go for any kinds of road car, professional tune car, or race car to have one pick only. But I've still always had to become a busy important person out there whenever I need to have a lot of good important interests with my own important fan art project with Vision Total Drama and Dream Art Livery Style Dispenser. So there you go, and 5th checkmark by complete by earning up to go for a track and treat racing complete. First place, and thankfully for this KTM Expo R 2012 to have my own kind of a Halloween themed livery since GT Sport. And that's a minute for only one good placement to have the 5th lap to go faster by 1 minute, 54.995 seconds and a total time of 9 minutes, 50.89 seconds. But what can I say? Halloween is just doing well to have the new ways and nostalgia we'll always have to keep shared around to have a different diversity of order. And plus, 142,500 GT credit has been earned, and here it is on the 6-star roulette ticket and car category has now been earned up to have a 3rd prize of the treat. Let the last replay starts out and go playback position to be around by 5 minutes on the duration. And this one right over here, just have to get a little bit close in. Very nice, and thumbnail image has been captured. Well folks, it's all done for now for having 5 races as the second part for the Halloween weekly challenge before at the end of the month, and this time as I still have some planned of idea for this month in Cartober as I had to keep a good watchful eye out and about 5 days left to go before heading up in the 31st is Halloween. But first, let's have to take a quick back to the GT Garage and have some reward prizes to have some few roulette tickets and of course to have some payday earning, including with a 6-star roulette ticket in the car category. So I have 9 gifts available. Let's take a good look, shall we? So I have 5 4-star, 1 5-star roulette ticket, and just only have 3 prizes as usual to go participate of the weekly challenge. But I'll have to start out to have 1 single 5-star roulette ticket, and which one should I get? Just give me a Pagani Invitation or a swap engine. Yes! Looks like I got myself a brand new swap engine, and it's going to be compatible on the Bugatti Chiron 2016. But I'll have to keep it for a while, and 1 good reserve for the Chevrolet Corvette CR1 6th Gen 2009 on the retail price in just 1.6 million credits. Now I'll have to keep filling out to have 1 good 5 4-star roulette tickets coming up. Just have to get a good eyes on the swap engine to go adding up by a new batch. Just only have 1 good usual payday earning, and I got 10,000 GT credits. Okay, very nice. Just almost there to get back up to 100 million GT credits to go for a second time once again. So number 2 4-star ticket is up, so I have a good odds on a chance to have a lady luck on 1 million GT credits. Good grief. Looks like another 10,000 GT credits. Okay, number 3 4-star is up. Just always have to keep myself to go for 1 good bearing classical reference as a catchphrase. Stage number 5 weight reduction, so I bet 1 each vehicle compatible for the Aston Martin 177 2011. I'll have to keep this one for a while, and good on the progress, so I had to save it for only 1 6-star roulette ticket in the car pick. Okay, here comes Trick or Treat on number 4 star, and there's gonna be a bore-up compatible vehicle. So I bet the Peugeot RCZ GT Line 2015 to go for a special one. Last 4-star ticket is up. So I bet if I had to get the Bugatti Veyron Group 4 or a 500,000 GT credit, but nope, looks like a high-lip camshaft special is about to go for compatible on the Aston Martin B8 Vantage S 2015. Okay, let's go collect with some 300,000 GT credit on 2 tickets. Check, and last roulette ticket to go for a 6-star car pick. This may be good. This could be a very good last batch of the Trick or Treat to have one of the good selection pick. But so far so close that I just really might need to get myself for a Chevrolet Corvette CX Concept 2025. But instead, Intel Design Xenio Vision GT Street Mode is just what I need to have a very good requirement to go for an upcoming Halloween livery for next year. Just like Christmas, but this will do very well to have a different kind of Mystica color. It's about to go placed and well kept to go in the garage. Okay, that's more like it. And 9 gifts has been received to go, earning up to go for next one until the next day before Halloween is on the clock. So folks, another busy day as usual to go for the 4th week of October, and part 2 of the Halloween weekly challenge is all about to have some 5 vehicles, and this week 4 cars including World Twin Car 700 at Le Mans by using the Red Bull X 2014 Junior to go for a Jack-o'-lantern style variation, or referred to be the nickname as the Jacko Red Bull X 2014 Junior, as I still remember back from 2018 since GT Sport era. But turns out to have a different kind of a Halloween themed livery has been made by Mr. Freeze 220 from the previous, and this one for a different Gran Turismo player as well, along with some 4 race events as Jeepney Cup to go forward direction in Lake Louise short track to go for the Halloween based style on the Jeepney XC 2018. But it would be much more possible, and any other Gran Turismo players would be more likely to go for the Jeepney Sierra JC version as well to go for a different kind of a Halloween themed batch variation, and goes on to have some other 3 races to have a series of 5-lap challenge, just like Lightweight K-Cup at Willow Springs International Raceway, Streets of Willow Springs, and also for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit in the Honda M1 RS 1-man category to go special event as round 3, and the best one for the KTM Expo R 2012 to go for one good batch of the Halloween themed livery in Racer Turbo Sports Car. But I bet you guys like it. It's all about to have a tradition of this month for October and Cartober itself, and that means I'll have to sit back and wait until the 31st. We'll be continuing on by wrapping up at the end of the current video. So this will be the best Halloween ever of all time for every Gran Turismo players out there to have your own kinds of themed liveries. Will be set out and have a lot of good time to go racing for the celebration of this month in October and Cartober month itself. So I'll have to do my best and wait until November. We'll be moving on forward before Spec 3 will be date on schedule to be announced until December will be upon an arrival. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Then follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, and Discord, along with some other social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. We'll join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra. We'll support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase with UDRS Inspotech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries, along with some fairies whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean, and happy Halloween!